Hi everyone. Today in this video we are going to understand what is AWS Lambda, how AWS Lambda works, and what are some key important points we need to understand AWS Lambda better. All these things we are going to discuss and understand in this video. So let us understand what is AWS Lambda with some practical real-time example. Just imagine that you want to travel from some source to destination, and this is the point A, you will start your journey, and this is the point B where you want to reach. Obviously you will use some car, and this is the road you need to travel to reach the destination, and finally you will reach the destination, which is a point B. Now in this whole journey, to reach the destination point, you may be having different options to choose from. Now buying a new car is one of the option, but just buying a new car is not enough. You need to take care of the other factors which will come with the car, like the car price, the fuel cost, the maintenance and the repairs, and even you need to take care of the parking space of the destination spot where you want to visit to. So all these things you need to take care of if you go with the option which is of buying a new car. Now what is the best option or best case scenario for this journey? Like you can obviously you can simply book a taxi or a ride sharing service. You pay only for the distance you travel. You don't care whose car it is or how it is maintained. Once your ride ends, you pay and forget about the car. So this is the whole scenario, you will only pay for the ride, that means the distance you have traveled, and rest you don't need to worry about. So this is the best option you can go for. Now in this whole process, what all actors are involved, like this is the car and this is the ride, the distance we have traveled. Now in this journey, buying a car to get the destination is not the best option because we need to take care of everything that we have mentioned. Now what is the best option? Like just book a car or rent a service to reach the destination, which is the best option we can go for. Now in the same way, when we need to run a piece of code or a function occasionally in AWS, so we don't need to buy or maintain a server. Like buying a car, we don't need to buy a server. AWS provides a server and infrastructure for us, and your function is the ride. It runs only when triggered by an event, and you pay only for the execution time, like paying only for the distance you traveled. So this is how we can correlate our real-time example with the AWS Lambda, wherein you no need to worry about server setup, scaling and maintenance, just like not worrying about the car maintenance. So the key point to understand is that AWS Lambda is like a taxi for your code. You use it only when needed, pay only for the ride, that is the execution time, and never worry about owning or maintaining servers. So before we go ahead and learn more in details about AWS Lambda, please do not forget to like, subscribe and share. So what is an AWS Lambda? So AWS Lambda is a serverless event-driven compute service where you upload code and AWS runs it on demand without servers, charging you only for the execution. In short, AWS Lambda is a serverless compute service that lets you run code without managing servers. You just write your function, set a trigger, we call it as an event, and AWS take care of running it, scaling it and charging you only for the time it runs. Now let us understand how AWS Lambda works. So first of all, we can go to our AWS console, and therein we can select the AWS Lambda service, and we can create our AWS Lambda function using the languages, like we can select Python, Node.js or Java or Go. So we can choose any language and create our AWS Lambda function. Once our Lambda function is created, we need to create a source. A source is basically from where our event originates. So this source can be different based on our requirement. If it is a API or HTTP request, we can consider source as an Amazon API gateway service, or we can consider Amazon S3 bucket as a service in case of file and storage events, or in case of database events, we can consider Amazon DynamoDB as a source. So source is basically any service that generates the event. So we can consider or take an example of S3 bucket, which will generate an event on file upload or file delete kind of events. On those events, it will generate an event. Now let us understand how this works. So first of all, we can upload the file to our S3 bucket, and S3 bucket will trigger an event, upload event. It has received, so it will trigger an upload event, and it will send to the Amazon Lambda function, and this Lambda service will execute the code which is there inside the function. This is how the whole process of how AWS Lambda works. Now let us understand some key points about AWS Lambda. So first, it is an event driven, like Lambda runs our code only when an event happens. For example, the event can be API call, file upload, or database change. These are some events. Next, no server management, like you don't need to create or manage servers. AWS automatically handles scaling and availability. Pay as you go, that means you pay only for the number of requests and the execution time, not for the idle servers. Multiple language support and stateless functions, like it supports multiple languages like Python, Node.js, Java, Go, C#, Ruby. These are some languages. We can choose any language to create a function, and it is a stateless in the sense like each execution is independent. So if we need to save data, we can use the external storage like S3 or DynamoDB for etc. Next, it provides the automatic scaling, like Lambda scales automatically from 0 to thousands of executions depending on the demand. It can integrate seamlessly with AWS services, like it will work with API gateway, S3, DynamoDB, SNS, SQS. So these are some different API services it can integrate with, and it is secured by the IAM, like access to AWS resources is controlled via IAM roles, and we can monitor or log, we can check the logs and metrics using our CloudWatch service, which is a AWS service. So these are some notable points we need to keep in mind in order to understand the Lambda functionality. So these are some points we need to keep in mind. So in our next video, we will actually create our AWS Lambda using Python language, and we will see how we can create our AWS Lambda, how we can create an S3 bucket and how on file upload it will execute the code which is inside the AWS Lambda function. So all these things we are going to implement in our next video. So please do not forget to like, subscribe and share this.